Dear parents, it is that time again for our children to return to school after the long break. Here I am hoping that you were able to take your children through the process that brings in the money that pays their fees and takes care of them. Here I am hoping that you were able to show your children step by step what you do for a living and how you do what you do. Here I am hoping that you were opportune to take your children to your place of business or your place of work. If you weren't able to do any of these, all well and good. However, as they head back to school, you must remind your children to carry themselves well with self-respect and dignity. Tell them there is dignity in labor. Remind your children that all animals are equal and everyone deserves to be respected. From the gatekeeper in school to the cleaners, to the nannies, to the teachers, to the heads of schools, to their classmates, their friends, their seniors, everyone deserves to be respected. Remind your children that as they return back to school, some children will be returning with their old school shoes, uniforms and bags, and that is very okay. That no one deserves to be bullied based on what they cannot afford. Remind your children that calling others names they've asked you not to call them is part of bullying, especially if that name is not their government names. Remind your children that it is okay to be different from others because that is what makes you unique and different. Remind your children that they don't have to belong to any clique to be seen as cool kids. Tell them that there is nothing cool about bullying others. There is nothing cool about taking what does not belong to you. There is nothing cool about lying. Tell your children that what they cannot say, defend or do in public proudly, they must not do, say or defend in secret. Tell your children that the teaching profession is a noble profession and they must respect their teachers. Tell them that the teacher's verdict, judgment, or decision may not always seem fair, but that life in itself is not always fair. Remind your children that the world is big enough for everyone to shine, and so they must not seek to always be the center of attention or attraction. They should also give others the chance and the opportunity. Tell them that when they find themselves working with others, there is something called teamwork. They must give their best and they must work diligently. Tell your children that they don't have to be friends with everybody, but in choosing their friends, the first thing they must consider is those who align with the principles that you have instilled in them. Remind your children that some parents may have been blessed during the holiday and be returning their children in very new fanciful cars, but they must appreciate that which you have provided. Tell your children, remind them once again that it is insulting for them not to respect the things you have bought for them. Losing things recklessly every day or every week is disrespectful. They must be accountable and responsible. That even though you have bought cartons of pencils and pen, they must handle them with care. Tell your children, very importantly, that you are there for them always, that you are their greatest fan and cheerleader, that they can always rely on you, they can always confide in you. Tell them that the home is still the safest place and they can always come to you. Reassure your children of your presence in their lives. I wish everyone a very successful term ahead. Thank you.